Another way to transition from the first body paragraph to the second body paragraph with the topic sentence is to use something like this. Another similarity between these two men, and again, we can use a phrase like these two men so that we don't have to keep repeating ourselves, is that they want, okay, again, we're keeping it in the present tense, again, knowing that Lincoln is no longer alive, to bring change to the United States, okay? So here we are with the idea of the reformers, okay? Or you can use, they both wanted to reform the country, however you want to put it. All right, please, one thing that's not related to this essay, but I really want everyone to pay attention to it, because at this level you should not be making these mistakes. We are in the United States, okay? Don't forget the. Many people forget it. Many people don't capitalize it. Many people think there's only one of them, but we have 50 of them, okay? So please, it's the United States. All right, and then you're going to talk about, again, the change being slavery with Lincoln, and the change with Obama being the reforms that are happening now with the economy and with health care and other issues. Okay, does everyone understand how we can use this type of topic sentence to introduce the second body paragraph? Okay, now that we've discussed how to do the first and the second body transitional phrases for topic sentences, here's some examples that you can use for your final body paragraph. Again, if you're building from least important to most important. So you could use something like, the most important similarity between the two is that, okay? And again, if I were writing it, something like, they are both good communicators. All right, everybody understand that? Or I could say something like, perhaps the biggest point of comparison is that they are both good communicators. Now, how about the last one? Most importantly, comma, both, what? Both men
are good
communicators. Okay. So I have a variety of different ways that I can show you that I'm putting this particular point as being having the biggest importance to me. All right, so different ways you can do it. All right, let's take a look back at the final words on here. Again, I know for the online students, if this is not coming out clearly, don't worry, because it will be on the website, so you don't have to see it clearly at this point. All right, so let's look here. Your body paragraphs must include specific examples to support your points of comparison. If I don't see real specific things that you're pointing to, then I'm going to deduct points. You have to, and I think some of you are having a problem with that, with building your body paragraphs with good supporting information and details. All right, in the conclusion, include a personal reflection about the comparisons, making sure that you demonstrate that you've put some real thought into it. Many of you, when you're doing your conclusion, you're just restating the main idea. That's fine, you can, because you want to remind the reader what you were talking about, but then you don't really do anything besides that, and that's boring. So tell me, like, to you, what did you learn from this comparison? Or what do you think it's important for people to think about when they compare these two people? So let me just ask you right now, what do you think are some final thoughts that people should have about Lincoln and Obama when they're comparing them?
doing everything possible for the country and for the people, and
Okay, that they were both great men, okay, or are great men, one is still alive. But when you compare something to another, regardless of what you're comparing, what can you say?
Their parents.
Oh no! No, why not? Sorry, I'm going to stop you right there. You can't
Go
bring
ahead.
up something in the conclusion that you never talked about in the body of the essay. I can't. No, don't just restate it. No, just like your introduction is important, your conclusion is important because it's the last impression. Okay, so the on-campus class is taking a few moments, and we've thought about what kind of final thought we can say about comparing Lincoln with Obama. And I kind of gave an analogy between talking about the iPad and the computer, the PC or your laptop. So an iPad is new, and a computer has been around for a while, okay? We say the computer is the gold standard of technology. It's one of the biggest technological breakthroughs in history. So, if we think of Abraham Lincoln as being the computer and Barack Obama as being the iPod, maybe one conclusion we can reach, or one final thought we can have, is that if we compare Lincoln, who we said many historians have said that he's the greatest president in our history, U.S. history, that maybe it's too early to tell right now if this comparison is true or not. We don't really know. So maybe that's one thing you can say, something to effect that only time will tell. Do not use these words, but I'm just giving you that. Or maybe you don't need time, right? How many people think that it's a fair comparison? Raise your hand. Comparing Lincoln to Obama is a fair comparison. All right? So maybe you can go ahead and say already that you believe that these two were great presidents, and you can see that there's similarities, and that Obama deserves to be compared. Maybe afterwards you've seen it's really, you don't think that Obama has yet shown to be himself as great a president. So these are some of the things that you can talk about. Okay? All right. But again, don't write my paper that I've talked about here on the board. Write your own. And one thing that I want everyone to do in the essays is to remember to put in a direct quote in each body paragraph from either the video that the two historians talking about the similarities, or the articles that I gave you.